For joining us this afternoon, I'm Courtney Lockey. New for you at noon, a man has been sentenced for his role in an assault outside of the Old Broadway in downtown Fargo. Jalal Buckner is a former bouncer at the bar and was charged with aggravated assault and being an accomplice. He pled guilty to accomplice and aggravated assault. The other charge was dismissed. He'll end up serving just under a year in jail and 2 years supervised probation. A felony jury trial is scheduled to start tomorrow for another man charged in the case. Jeremy Dalton, who was also a bouncer at the time, was seen on video getting into an argument with a man outside of the bar. In the video, Dalton is seen lunging forward, punching the man in the face, knocking him to the ground. We'll have coverage of the trial for you right here on Valley News Live.